Welcome again. And today, the main agenda as part of our Oracle Fusion Finance Cloud demonstration is basically to guide you through with what it is all about as a introductory session, and also how in future we will be moving forward. What are the course offerings? These are all some of the aspects that we will be covering as part of our demonstration. To begin with, my name is Chandu, and I'll be your trainer in the coming days for the cloud financial applications training. And a brief introduction about myself. I have around 12 plus years of experience working in the Oracle applications finance as a finance functional. And I started off my career as an accountant and was part of the accounting and finance team, and later on moved to the Oracle applications industry, wherein I started my Oracle journey with Oracle Cloud Finance applications and have been part of multiple implementations across the globe in different regions in EMEA, US, Europe, Asia Pacific regions as well. And over the years, I have worked on both the prevalent technologies. I mean, the one that was called as the traditional technology, which is the Oracle e-business suite, as well as the ongoing technology, the booming one that is the Oracle Fusion, environment. And over the years, I've been part of all implementations as well as the support, projects. And with that experience, I will be training you throughout the cloud financial applications based on my experience, based on the industry practices that I have seen during my career so far. Now, to move on with our session, as I mentioned, these are some of the agendas of today's session, wherein first you will be taken through with the introduction of the ERP. And moving on, we will understand what is the evolution, okay, how Oracle Fusion applications came into being as we see it today, what has been the journey behind it, okay, what Fusion application is all about, and the different deployment models that is there with respect to the cloud financial applications. Similarly, different releases that has been through till today, and certain other aspects related to the modules that are there as part of the Oracle Fusion financial applications, as well as what all things are we going to cover as part of this training program. Okay, so this is the brief idea that we would like to give as part of today's demonstration. And later on, we'll be explaining all the other aspects about the course, as well as how we will proceed further in the coming days. Those are the things that we will see and go through. All right, let's dive into the demonstration for today. Okay, what is ERP? Oracle applications, as we call it, it is nothing but it is an ERP. Now, in general, ERP is what? ERP is an acronym that stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. We are all, I mean, most of us, I believe, would be familiar with the ERP as a software. So there are many softwares that you might have seen, or you might have experienced. Okay, or maybe if not experienced at all, at least you might have heard of all the leading ERPs that are there in the market. Okay, it is nothing but again, it is a software, okay, that facilitates the business process management, okay, the different areas of business, the different functionaries within the business, which in general, most of the common, or the or the most what do you say, heard about departments of the or business functionaries that we know of, like financials, human resource, or customer relationship management, okay, or sales. These are all something that we hear it day in and day out around any business organization. But there are many more functionaries in the business as well, okay, which we may not have heard of even. Okay, so there are services, there are production, there are inventory. Okay, similarly, there are logistic related aspects. Okay, so and even when we deep dive into each of the functionaries, also there are many sub business functions and processes. Now all these are to be facilitated. Okay, all the functionaries, all the processes that are happening within each of these functionaries, they are supported by softwares, okay, that help the business maintain the data related to those processes, the management of those activities and processes, all those things. There are certain softwares that help them enable these aspects. Okay, now those are nothing but the ERP. We call it as ERP. Okay, and these are some of the examples of the leading ERP that we know of, or you can say, the most common names, or the most famous names, you can say. Oracle being one of them. Then there is SAP, okay, SAP as we call it. Okay, then Salesforce is there. Okay, similarly, you might have heard of Sage, okay, or the traditional ERP, which most of the Indians, okay, being in India, we might be aware of is Tally. Okay, so these are all actually softwares. Okay, but many of them are advanced softwares. Okay, that cater to almost all business functions and functionalities. Like example being Oracle and SAP. Okay, they are actually supporting business functions. Before I proceed further, I hope I'm clearly audible. Can anyone confirm that, please?
Yes, yeah.
Thank you. All right. So, this is all about a brief understanding about ERP in general. Now, as I was talking about, Oracle and SAP, they cater to almost all the business functionaries, or business divisions that are there, that manages various activities within the organization. Now, there are many other ERPs which are niche players. Okay, niche players, as in they might be catering to just they might be market leaders of one of the or few of the business functions. Okay, they might be just catering to those particular aspects. Like you can talk about Salesforce. When we talk about Salesforce, they are actually primarily into customer relationship management or sales related aspects. Okay, similarly, there are many others which you will when you do a little bit of searching on the web, you will reach these softwares might be providing their software related services or catering to the business functionaries. Okay, so this is a brief about what ERP as a concept is, and what are the leading ERPs that we have in the market currently. Okay. Now, what we are going to learn is all about Oracle, and therefore we need to have an understanding around Oracle applications. Okay, Oracle Fusion applications, similarly Oracle, evolution and all those aspects. We need to have an understanding around, which we are going to understand now. Okay, understanding of the Oracle Fusion application. So basically, what Oracle Fusion application is. Okay, Oracle Fusion application can be best described as some of the softwares, or some of the tools that are built on open standard based platform. Okay, then built on best practices and developed through selection of options. Now, what are all of these? Let's understand a bit more in detail. Built on open standards based platforms. So what does this mean? There are actually many tools, okay, in the market, the technical tools as we call it, okay, or technical softwares that help build other softwares. Okay, you can say. So these tools are the leading tools that are there in the market, on which the Oracle Fusion ERP applications have been built on. Okay, so it is a lot, many of those. These are all some of the example. Oracle SOA, similarly WebLogic Server, JDeveloper, OBI, Triple E. These are all technical tools, you can say. Okay, for people who are from the technical background, they definitely will understand what this is. But yeah, for others who are not, quite familiar with these kind of aspects, for them, you can, just understand this as some of the tools that help build the softwares. Okay, so these have the or based on these particular softwares or using these particular softwares that are the prevalent ones in the market, which has the latest technology, the Oracle Fusion applications have been built, okay, or developed, you can say. Then built on best practices. What is meant by built on best practices? Okay, in the market, as I mentioned, okay, with time, their each business practices they evolve. Okay, each business functions and functionaries they evolve, the way it is managed. Okay, the way the business processes are managed, the way the data management is being done. Okay, so all these basically they evolve over time. Okay, now that is where these softwares they come into picture. Okay, now based on the best practices that is there in the market, the leading practices in the market, these softwares are built. Okay, otherwise they will become obsolete. As with time, if they don't evolve, the softwares also, if they don't evolve to cater to the business requirements or the business processes, they will become obsolete. And that is the reason whatever is the prevailing best practice in the market, based on that, the softwares are built. The Oracle softwares, to be particularly precise, when we talk about Oracle applications, they are built, okay, to cater to each of the business requirements, and they keep on evolving. Okay, so they keep on coming up with newer versions. They keep on coming with newer softwares as well. Okay, or products, we call it. So software is a product for Oracle. Okay, so products as well or softwares as well, they come up. So with time they keep on evolving as well. Now, during these years, okay, or during these decades for that matter, we can say Oracle has been there for many decades now, okay, in the market. Now, during these years or decades, you can say Oracle has come up with multiple applications and multiple softwares, okay, that would cater to each of the business requirement. Not only that, it has developed, they have over time taken over as well some of the leading softwares, or they have acquired, you can say, some of the leading softwares in the market at one point of time, and they have integrated them to the Oracle application. So some of the examples that you can see here: Oracle e-business suite. Okay, this was the traditional technology that Oracle had, or this traditional software that Oracle had with respect to the ERP. Okay, that was primarily into finance. Okay, so they were actually market leaders in providing finance related process softwares. Okay, or ERPs, you can say. So that was the initial one, and they built on the best practices that were followed in the industry by in across the globe. Okay, then PeopleSoft. Okay, PeopleSoft was basically to manage the human resource applications or human resource functionaries within the business. So they were market leaders, and over time Oracle acquired them. Similarly, JD Edwards. JD Edwards was again for finance and supply chain related aspects. Siebel, for that matter, customer relationship management. Okay, and there were many other products as well, which over time Oracle acquired as well and integrated to the Oracle applications suite. Okay, now based on all of these, or including all of these best practices merged together, okay, Fusion was built. Oracle Fusion application was built. Okay, all of them merged together. Okay, they have built the Oracle Fusion application, and that is the reason it is said built on best business practice or best business process, deployed through a selection of options. So this is basically the deployment model. So you will understand a bit more in detail around the deployment model for your understanding, basically, okay, in the coming slides. Okay, so in general, Oracle Fusion applications are a suite of applications, or you can say a host of applications built on Oracle Cloud, okay, Oracle Cloud platform, okay, that include cloud-based applications for enterprise resource planning, enterprise performance management, supply chain, and all the other business functionaries that you can possibly think about. Okay, so for all the business functions, they have Fusion applications that is primarily built on Oracle cloud model. Okay, so you must be hearing about cloud computing technology these days. Okay, so it is one of the cloud based technology on which the Oracle Fusion applications have been built on to cater to the business requirements. Okay, now as I mentioned, it's quite important to understand the history, okay, before you can explore the present. To have a deeper understanding, let's see, or let's understand what is the history of Oracle Fusion, the evolution, okay, basically how the Fusion applications have evolved. Some of the aspects I have already discussed, but I will again discuss in detail a bit more. So to give you a understanding or give you a background, Oracle, came in the market around, 80s and 1980s or 1990s, somewhere around that. Okay. And and primarily they were, into the database, service providers, or they used to, license out the database to the other software developers in the market. Okay, so they started off with that. So database is nothing where the platform, or you can say, the how can you put it, a place where all the data, okay, pertaining to a software is basically stored. Okay, and also it facilitates, the smooth the functioning of the softwares. Now that is what they were primarily in. But then, with time, they entered into the software market as well, where they started developing softwares. They started off, you can say, with some non-ERP softwares, you can say, but then later on shifted to ERP. Now, in the ERP, they started off with Oracle E-Business Suite, the first one that is mentioned over here. They started off with that because they had a knack over all the other players in the market at that point of time to cater to the finance related aspects, okay, or finance functionaries of the business. That is what their expertise was primarily. Okay, and that is where they built their softwares for catering to the financial processes, okay, accounting and financial processes. Then later on, okay, they started expanding their reach, okay, because anytime you want to develop, okay, you have to explore newer areas, and you have to gain an expertise in those as well. Otherwise your growth remains stagnant, right? It is the same case in each of our individual lives as well. The same way, it's a milestone that even the software companies, they target. And with that in mind, Oracle started expanding, and they acquired over time PeopleSoft. As I mentioned, PeopleSoft was for human capital solutions, or you can say HRMS, human resource management solutions, as they were primarily termed as. Then Oracle JD Edwards, which was for procurement related aspects and financial functions, the ERP or softwares that they built. Similarly, Oracle acquired Siebel, okay, which was primarily to catering to the customer relationship management. Then later on in the recent years, you can say Hyperion, reporting, that was their Hyperion, that is actually a reporting tool, okay, which they acquired, which was actually a leading player, and which they acquired and integrated with the Oracle, applications to facilitate better reporting and advanced reporting. Okay, and nowadays they have a lot many other applications around, BI analytics, business intelligence analytics. Similarly, data management, and the advanced analytical functions. For all of those cases as well, they have these softwares that they have developed by acquiring first, and then continuously building on it. Okay, that is how the Fusion applications have evolved over time. Okay, so they have evolved by taking into by developing their own products as well as acquiring. Okay, so Fusion, as we see today, is a result of this entire journey that Oracle has mapped, okay, or Oracle has gone through with respect to its ERP applications. This is just a magic quadrant that explains basically, what is the position of Oracle in the market currently, and in comparison with many of the other software providers, or ERP software providers, from a product perspective, okay, from a software perspective. So it is one of the leading players or leaders, okay, in the industry, followed by Microsoft and Infor and many other applications, or many other softwares that the respective players have or the respective companies have. Yeah. Now, as I mentioned in the previous slide, that it is deployed through a selection of options. Okay, what this is all about. So primarily, I said that it is all on cloud computing model. The Oracle Fusion applications have been developed, but you need to have a bit more understanding around what a cloud is and what was the previous technology. Okay, we call it as the on-premise technology. What was it? Okay, so just to have a understanding around it, I will explain these aspects as well. Okay, so on-premise versus cloud. Okay, these are the things that we will understand. So the traditional platform. Okay, these are platform on which the applications are built, and even the data is supported. Okay, so there needs to be something on which you can build certain aspects, right? So that is where that is the reason it is called as a platform. Okay, and the platform traditionally there was the platform was called as on premise. Okay, on premise model of deployment. Okay, so what is on premise? The word itself says on premise. That means on the premises of the company that is procuring the license. So to avail the benefits or to avail the software, to use it in your business, what any business has to do is they have to purchase the licenses. Okay, they have to purchase, they have to approach Oracle, and they have to purchase the licenses for these software, just like any other software that we have in the market. Okay, so they do provide certain demo or versions which you can use it for free, but then if you want to use it further, you have to pay, okay, the license cost. The same way Oracle also functions. Okay, so earlier, okay, before Fusion, the cloud model came into picture. Everything used to be on the company's premises. The company that bought the licenses from Oracle, on their premises itself, on their company premises itself, these what do you say? These softwares and the required database, okay, used to be hosted on their company's network, the company's servers and all, using the company resources itself. They the softwares used to be deployed, as well as the database and everything used to be deployed. Okay, so that was called as the on premise. Okay, for which the respective licenses had to be procured. But then with the advent of the cloud computing technology, okay, what happened is Oracle came up with their own data centers. Okay, with their own data centers where the deployment of the applications are done. Okay, centralized data centers, you can say, which is not belonging to any company who is purchasing the license. It belongs to Oracle itself. Okay, so you can say call them as stations. Okay, where Oracle has their own servers. Okay, where they would deploy the softwares as well as the database and make it available for the customers to use. Okay, so in that case, what happens is nothing has to be, related to Oracle. Nothing has to be done on the company's premises. The platform, the database, everything is done on the Oracle resources and Oracle servers with stations, okay, that are stationed in many of the places, which are called as data centers. Okay, there they deploy it. And what then, how then, you will ask me, how then can the clients who have procured the licenses be able to use the Oracle software? So for that, they are provided a link, a URL. Okay, like you might be aware, like when we are logging into our emails, so it is a URL, the Google as a URL, you type in Gmail, so you see a code, okay, or as a URL in the web. So that is what, in the same way, Oracle also provides a URL and respective user IDs and passwords. Okay, which then, using which they can log into the respective application, Oracle application, and they can carry out their activities. In that, they will get the different accesses of different softwares that they have procured the licenses for. Example, if they have procured finance related licenses, they will get the access of all the respective financial applications within that particular login. Okay, the same way for all the other softwares and applications. So that is the cloud model. Okay, so that is the comparison, or that is the difference between on premise and cloud deployment model. Currently, okay, currently everything is on cloud. Okay, and as part of that cloud model, what Oracle does is they sell the licenses. Okay, they sell the licenses for SaaS applications. So we are going a bit more into the technicalities. Okay, so therefore, understand this very clearly. If you have any doubts, okay, we can, I'll give you time to ask me the doubts. So SaaS application, it is called software as a service. That is the abbreviation. Okay, software as a service. That is what the Oracle provides the licenses for. Okay, wherein it is a what do you say, applications altogether as part of the basic package. Okay, that they sell the licenses for. Okay, it might have finance, procurement, some of the key applications of finance, procurement, similarly human capital management, project management. So it will have a suite of applications. Okay, so that is called as SaaS. Okay, then there is another what do you say, another license also that that they sell, which is called as PaaS, platform as a service. Okay, why platform as a service? First of all, you need to understand what is platform as a service. Okay, so platform as a service is a kind of a platform that Oracle provides for the businesses to develop their own applications and tools. Okay, some applications and tools, or some customizations as we call it, that they can develop on platform as a service. Why? Because all the application as part of the SaaS offering, software as a service, may not be able to cater to every business requirement. So each business, each organization that purchases the license, they work in their own way. Okay, there are processes that might be specific to their industry alone, and that might be specific to their business alone. Okay, so question is, how will those processes be handled, or how those processes will be catered to. Okay, so apart from the software as a service, which is the general applications, ERP application, which Oracle provides, on top of that, if business wants to develop, customize any process, that is where platform as a service license has to be procured by the client, which in turn, once procured, they will be able to create their own applications and services. So these are the two types of licensing that Oracle provides on the cloud model. Okay, so this is the cloud model, cloud deployment models, which you can see: software as a service, platform as a service. As I mentioned, these are the current ones. All the other ones have, basically you can say no more in the market, no more. If at all there is anywhere, it is going to be, Oracle is going to, not provide any extended services to them in the coming days or in the coming years. Okay, it is going to become obsolete, but platform as a service and software as a service is what they provide, and you can understand clearly the difference between both these. Okay, so software as a service are those suite of applications and the respective data, which is everything is managed by Oracle. Okay, the ones that you see in orange is everything managed by Oracle. Application is also managed by Oracle. Data is also managed by Oracle. Okay, runtime, middleware, operating systems, servers that are required to run it, the storages, networking, everything is being managed by Oracle. Only thing is, they will be provided, the client who purchases the license, they will be provided with a link which they can log in and carry out their business activities. But everything else related to the infrastructure is being maintained by Oracle in the data centers, in the centralized data centers that they have established in many places. Okay, that is the cloud deployment model. Nothing, the servers, storage, networking, all those things that are required, nothing is to be maintained at the client place. Okay, they just need to have an internet connection. Okay, in order to run this particular, all these softwares. Okay, platform as a service, application and data. As I mentioned, why platform as a service is used, or that particular service is being utilized by customers to develop their own applications and manage their own data for specific requirements, right? So therefore, it is highlighted in blue. The client manages the blue section. Okay, application will be managed, developed and maintained by the client who purchases the license, and also the data will be maintained by the client. But rest of the aspects, the storage, servers, operating systems, all these are Oracle's, infrastructure. Okay, so this is the prevalent cloud model. I hope you have understood. Any quick questions if you have on this, you can ask me now. Any clarity that you might want. I understand there are many freshers as well in the, in the lot today. And if you have any doubts or any clarity that you need with or understanding, please ask me, and then we can proceed. Okay. All right, then let's proceed further. Now to understand the cloud environment releases. Okay. So just like any software goes through a life cycle, okay, and during its life cycle, it would be in its nascent stages where it would have come up with a particular, particular software, and that is what we call it as the early release. And then later on, it keeps on evolving and it keeps on developing, coming up with more new features, okay, or maybe rectifying some issues with the current features that are there in the applications and softwares. So all of them is a very common thing that happens with respect to any kind of software life in its life cycle. Okay, the same thing applies for Oracle environment, Oracle cloud applications also. So we will understand when the Oracle Fusion applications, the cloud applications came into being, and how it has evolved and what is the stage right now. Okay, what is the status of these cloud environment applications right now? Okay, let me explain it to you through a particular, in the Excel. Let me explain it for your better understanding. My escape button is not working, so sorry for that. Okay, so this is where you can, this is just the pictorial representation of what the Oracle, journey has been. Okay, so the Oracle Fusion applications, okay, it started in the year, or it was rolled out in the year 2011 after being, developed over the years on the e-business suite that was their on-premise model, and it evolved into Fusion or cloud applications. Okay, and it started in 2011. This one specifically that we are talking about, that is the Oracle Cloud Financial, or the not the Cloud Financial, sorry, the Oracle Cloud Deployment Model. Okay, or the Fusion applications as we call it. It started in the year 2011. Okay, and it came up with its release one. Okay, it was termed as R1, the release one, which was the first release for the Oracle applications. And later on, it came up over the years. Okay, it's not in a day that they have come up. Over the years, they actually rolled out many releases. Okay, or many releases that they came up with, R2, R3, R4 till R10. Okay, and till R10, it was on-premise and cloud deployment as well. All the Fusion applications, okay, it was provided, the services were provided on the on-premise, also on the cloud model. Okay, they have been providing. But starting with release 11 onwards, okay, they have totally, moved it to the cloud deployment model, where nothing has needs to be installed on the Oracle or on the customer premises. Everything would be on cloud. So they, once they purchase the license, they will just be provided with a URL or a link as we call it, and certain, ID and password, which based on which they will be able to access and use the applications. Okay, since release 11 onwards, release 11, release 12, they came up. And then currently that we see in the Oracle Fusion application, it's release 13. The latest release or the ongoing release, you can say, is release 13, and it was first rolled out in 2017. Okay, and it is believed to be the most static release. Why it is called as static? The reason being, it is believed to be the most advanced, okay, release which they have developed over the years, okay, by adding on features and making the product even more better. Okay. And the most advanced, you can say, softwares that we currently see is part of Release 13, which they have developed over a years on these releases that they had previously. Okay, they have made, they have what do you say, made it better and better with each release. And the ones that you see, the most advanced one is Release 13, which is the current release, the most stable one, without major, bugs or anything like that. The most stable one is Release 13. Okay. Now let me show you how the URL looks like, how they provide the URL. Okay. So like this, you will get one URL. Okay. Whoever gets the license or procures the license, the companies, they will get something of this sort. Okay, a URL, and they will be provided with some ID and password. So once you input this URL in the Google web browser, or Microsoft Edge web browser, then you will this is how the page will open up. Sign in Oracle applications. Okay, and then you need to put the user ID and password, and you will be able to log in. Okay, and be able to see the applications for which you have procured the licenses. Only those applications, okay, which you have got the license or procured the license, only those will be available to you. Like you can see here, these are some of the examples. Payroll, okay, which is part of human capital management. Similarly, payables, which is part of finance. Okay, similarly, supplier portal, which is part of the supply chain activities, or commonly for payables as well. Okay, similarly, general accounting, intercompany accounting. So all the financial, supply chain, human capital management, similarly, project management, all the applications are something, and the respective, functions and working areas is what you will see once you log into the application. I'll explain a bit more on these in tomorrow's session, once we begin it. But for time being, this is just to make you familiar of how the URL is provided, and when you log in, how it looks like. Okay, just for that particular aspect, I have shown you the page. Now, talking about the release, we were talking on the release, right? So how will you know what is the release of the current cloud application? So for that, you need to just click on this right hand side, which is called as the settings and actions icon. And when you go into this about this application, okay, this is where you will be able to see what is the release that the application is on. Okay, so this one that you see here, 13. Okay, this is what is the release, or this is how you can identify what release the application is on. Okay, and then 11, this 11 indicates the year in which Oracle Fusion applications were rolled out first, which I mentioned, right? It all began, the Oracle Fusion applications all began in 2011, and therefore the first thing that you see here, 11, that is what it suggests, and 13 is the latest release. Now you might be wondering what all these other numbers and alphabets are for. Okay, I'll explain that. So it is basically the versions. Okay, these all rest of the numbers and the letters that you see here, it actually indicates the version that currently the Oracle application is on. Okay, or what is the version of the current application. Okay, so let's understand what is the version upgrade policy first of all for Oracle. Oracle comes out with quarterly upgrades. Okay, that is their upgrade policy. Every quarter, okay, they come up with the upgrades for their particular application, for their SaaS application. Software as a service applications are there. So for that, it comes up with on a quarterly basis, it comes up with the upgrade. Okay, so you can see Jan to March, April to June, July to September, October to December. That is the quarter that they follow. And each quarter, they term it as A, B, C, D. Okay, each quarter they term it as A, B, C, D for identification purpose. And on top of that, you will see the markup for year in which it was rolled out, or the year in which they rolled out that particular version in the market. Okay, the upgrade that they have done for that particular Oracle Fusion applications, the year is what these two numbers indicate, the starting numbers, followed by the quarter in which they have released the upgrade. So that is the reason in the year 2021, the first quarter in which they released the latest the version at that point of time, that would be defined as 21A, termed as 21. Similarly, 21B, 21C, 21D, okay, followed by so and so on and so forth. Now the application that you see currently, it is on 23D. 23D means the last quarter of 2023 in which it was rolled out. That is the latest version. Now it is due for the new version because we are already in January. And now what they will do is they will upgrade. They already have a version upgrade in place, which they will roll out on these applications. Okay. And that will be termed as 24A, 2024A, marking it as the version that came up in 2024 in the first quarter. Okay. And this also indicates the year. Okay, 23 and 10. This indicates the month in which the version came up. Okay, it is October. So generally, it is the start of the quarter in which the version is rolled out. The latest version is rolled out. Okay, so that is where you see the month here. Okay, 10. This is how they term, okay, their upgrades, or how will you identify basically on which version it is. Basically, this is how you will identify. Okay, this is just for your information. Okay, now any business that procures the licenses, they will be generally provided with multiple instances. Okay, we call this particular URL, right, the URL that you saw here, we call it as the instance. Okay, instance or environment also we call it. Okay, now generally any business that purchases the what do you say, the licenses, they would be getting generally maybe 2 or 3 instances, or even more than that, depending upon what is the number of instance or environment that the business wants. But generally you will see in any business, there would be 3 instances. Okay, one is the production instance. One is called as the production instance or production environment. So that URL, will indicate that it is a production environment. And generally, production environment is the environment on which the business carries out its day-to-day functions, or day-to-day data management, day-to-day transactional activities, okay, or the process management, everything they would carry out in the production environment. Okay, so that is where I have mentioned here. If you look here, there are 3 instances: production environment, test environment, and development environment or instance. Okay, production environment is where they carry out their actual business process and transaction, their day-to-day business process and transaction. And these 2 instances, which are provided, that is as a backup. Okay, why backup? Because this is ultimately software, right? And any glitches that they might face in the production environment, they will have to test it in the test environment or the development environment. Even for that matter, in the routine business life, new applications would be built up, or similarly, some additional things are going to be tested out. All these are generally done, okay, in the backup instances. Okay, these can also be termed as backup instances, where any kind of issue, if anything comes up on the production environment, it will be tested in the test environment first, okay, by the respective engineers, who in turn will fix the issue and then replicate the same in the production environment. Nothing can be done directly on the production. No testing can be done directly on the production, because it is the live environment, okay, where business carries out its actual transaction, day-to-day business transaction. And therefore, test environments and development environments are also taken up so that all the miscellaneous testing activities can be done. Okay, there are many more uses of the test environment and development environment, which we will understand later. But this is just to provide you an idea about how things work. Okay, moving on. So this is all about the releases, and also had a brief understanding about what the environments are, and what are the upgrade policies and version upgrade policies and all around the Oracle Cloud environments. Okay, now you will understand what are the different functions to which business caters to, as part of to which Oracle Fusion application caters to, as part of the Oracle application software as a service. Okay, what are the different applications that are there? For human capital management, these are all different kinds of applications that are within that human capital suite. like global human resource, similarly talent management, okay, payroll, okay, where the salary processing is being done. Okay, so for all the different sub activities also within human capital, these are all sub activities. Okay, so for those sub activities also, there are applications. Okay, this is called as the suite and this is called as the applications. Okay, so these are all the applications that you will find with respect to human capital management. This is just some of the examples, okay, for your understanding. Similarly, enterprise resource planning. They have categorized another suite called as enterprise resource planning, wherein they have applications related to financials. They have applications related to, advanced other functionalities of project management, risk management, okay, for all these aspects. Okay, similarly for advanced reporting and other functionalities, they have enterprise performance management suite, where they have all these aspects, financial consolidation and flows, planning and budgeting. Okay, for customer experience, you will see they have marketing related softwares, applications, or similarly engagement, sales and service, loyalty point, and customer analytics. Okay, all these are different applications that would be part of the customer experience suite. Similarly for supply chain, okay, logistics, maintenance, manufacturing, procurement, for all of these are business functions also, they have applications. Okay, these are all within the software as a service, where you cannot do any kind of customization. It is as it is the product which Oracle offers, okay, for which the licenses are procured. Coming to platform as a service, I had explained what is the use of platform as a service, where basically what they will do is they will build their own applications and manage the data. Okay, for those cases which is not fulfilled by Oracle standard applications, which we call it as SaaS. Okay, so for any application or any functions or business functions that are not facilitated or that cannot be processed, okay, through the software as a service, the businesses, they would buy license for platform as a service, and they will build their own custom applications and their own manage their own custom data related to those specific processes. And for that, the license of platform as a service is procured. Now there are multiple tools within platform as a service which can be utilized for maintaining and for creating, maintaining and managing the custom processes and applications that are built. Data management tools that you can see, okay, database, data backup. Okay, these are all technical terminologies which you may not you may be knowing it or you may not be knowing it, but these are all the tools that are there for data management. Similarly for application development, Java, mobile, Android, things are there. Then digital assistants, blockchain. These are all different technologies in the market for application development, which are utilized in the platform as a service to develop the applications. These are all supported tools, which platform as a service, within platform as a service can be utilized, and applications can be built. This is just for your understanding. Okay. Moving on. Now, specifically, this is again a framework of all the fusion applications, okay, that cater to the different different areas of business management and process, financial management, human capital management, customer relationship management, all these things which we understood earlier. Now, for each of these, you will see the exact names of the application that are catered to each of these areas. Example: financial management. For in the financial management, there is general ledger application, accounts payable application, asset management application. Okay, I'll explain what this is all about. Okay, in a bit more in detail so that you can understand what is the different process that is carried out in these applications. Okay, I'll be talking more specifically around financial management because that is what we are going to train for. Our course is curated, okay, for that particular, for the financial management application. So therefore I'll speak a bit more on the financial management. But other than that, you can see all these areas as well, for which there are applications which are part of the software as a service that Oracle provides upon license procurement by the business. Okay. Now talking about financial management. Okay, the names that you see here: general ledger, accounts payable, asset management. These are some of the standard basic applications that come up as part of the financial management suite. Okay, I have listed out it again in detail in here. Oracle Cloud Financial Suite, the core modules. We call it as the core modules and other modules. Okay. core
Hi,
modules is,
Chandu sir.
yes,
Please co-host me, sir. One more minute.
sorry,
This is Verma, sir. Please co-host me.
your voice is not clear. Hello,
Hello,
your voice is not clear. Can you call me?
sir. Please co-host me.
Oh, okay. Just 1 second, guys. Admin team, there is a co-host. Admin team, I have already made a co-host, but I don't see Verma again. I think there is an issue at his end for internet. Anyways, let's proceed further. Okay, so these are the core modules that will be part of that are part of the Oracle Cloud Financial Suite, which Oracle provides. Okay, general ledger. General ledger is what? Basically, the accounting and financial data. Okay, that is that happens for all the financial transactions. Okay, that is sum up and it is maintained within general ledger application. Okay, all the journal entries, the accounting journal entries and everything that is maintained at the general ledger level. Okay, so from where basically the financial statements are generated, like profit and loss statement, okay, trading P&L statement, okay, or balance sheet statement, or cash flow statements. Everything, all the financial statements are generated from general ledger application. So in a nutshell, you can say general ledger is the core ledger where all the accounting data, okay, of the business is maintained. Okay, the final accounting data is maintained in the general ledger application. So it might seem very simple when I say like this, but when you actually deep down into the general ledger application, you will understand how deep and vast it is. What are the, how many processes are there within the general ledger application, which are used for the business financial management. Okay, the financial management team, they basically use this general ledger application for all the financial data management and financial data processes. Now on top of the general ledger application, there are specific function-wise applications as well. Okay, accounts payable as a function to cater to the accounts payable activities. Fixed assets as a application to cater to the fixed asset related processes within the financial processes or financial activities related to the fixed assets. For that there is a fixed asset application. The same way, for accounts receivable activities, that is the customer related transactional activities, for that there is accounts received. And for cash management related to bank statements and all, there is an application itself. For expenses, that is the employee expenses, the reimbursements that are made, for that processing of those activities, there is this expense application. So accounts payable, as I mentioned, accounts payable is for managing the vendor related transaction in every business. This is a core area. Okay, general and a core area. Why? Because every business has suppliers from where they procure certain items, okay, or anything that they would purchase. And then finally, once they purchase it, what the supplier would do is they would send out invoices, right? Now that invoice has to be booked. So that particular function in the business itself is called as the accounts payable department, okay, who carry out all these activities, the invoicing related activity, the invoice that is received from the supplier for the purchases, and then later on making payments to the supplier as well. Okay, similarly, managing the statement related activities on a periodic basis, they have to make sure that there are what is the open invoice, and similarly what is the due amount that is to be paid to the customers, sorry, paid to the suppliers. Okay, and all those sub activities, you can say, everything is to be managed by the accounts payable department. And to facilitate that process, the accounts payable application is being provided by Oracle. Okay, the same way for fixed assets also. Fixed assets also, you might be wondering what is there in the fixed asset related activities. In fixed asset related activities, there are a lot of activities, sub activities, like booking of an asset. Similarly, adjustment of assets, or addition of assets, or transfer of asset from one department to another or one company to another. Okay, similarly, retirement of the assets, okay, write-off of the assets. These are all different financial activities with respect to the fixed assets that is done by the fixed asset department. Fixed asset is what? The asset of the company. Okay, like the vehicle is an asset for the company, right? Similarly, the machineries, it's an asset for the company. All these are recorded, right? Now there are certain activities with each of the asset that is there in the business. Okay, and the financial transaction related to it has to be recorded somewhere. Okay, therefore the fixed asset department altogether is there, which manages the activities and functions around it, and the financial data related to all these transactions, okay, that affect the fixed asset is recorded within the fixed asset application. Okay, then accounts receivable, it's all about the customer transactions. Okay, customer transaction means what? Basically the customer invoice booking. Similarly, once the customer pays you, then you have to record the payment and apply the invoices against these payments, okay, by the customer. Okay, management of the customer master. Okay, that means new customers coming in, old customers, you stop dealing with them, so the data around the customer has also to be managed. All these are activities that has taken place, is done by the accounts receivable department of the business, of the finance team of the business. Now, where do they do these activities? They would do these activities, maintain or manage these activities within the accounts receivable module. Okay, so that is why specifically there are accounts receivable module that caters to that specific requirement. Then cash management for certain activities related to the bank. Okay, in the bank, you receive funds. Okay, similarly you pay out funds, and then at the end of the day there is a statement that you receive which you have to reconcile. That is the key part of the business process. Okay, so that is where cash management as an application is there for maintaining or carrying out all those activities. Expenses. Expense means what? The business, the employees in the business, they incur certain expenses on behalf of the company. Now they have to claim that, okay, with from the company, and then there needs to be a process of payment and reimbursement activities. Certain advances also needs to be provided to the employees for certain business trips and tours. Okay, so all those things are managed with respect to the employee expenses in the expense module, which is specifically designed or developed by Oracle to cater to those business requirements or business process requirements. Okay, so these are considered as the core modules. And on top of that, there are many additional advanced modules, which are called intercompany, advanced collection, tax, Fusion Accounting Hub, Revenue Management Cloud, lease accounting, joint venture management. These are all other additional, modules that you would come across with respect to the cloud financial suite. Okay. Now, you might be wondering, what is it that we are going to train you on? Okay, it's quite impossible to train you on all of these, applications, because each application is in itself a vast sea. Okay, so there are a lot of things to learn within each applications, and therefore, considering the duration of the course, okay, our course is designed and curated to train you on some of these modules. And what are these modules that we are going to train you on, or what is it that you will be getting an experience on is, general ledger, accounts payable, fixed assets, accounts receivable, and cash. These are the modules that are going to be covered within the course, or on which you will be learning. Okay, on which you will be trained. Okay, now what is it that you are going to be trained? Okay, there are two things that you need to understand. Each module, okay, that the business purchases the licenses for, okay, it is not something that you can directly go inside it and start using. Any business cannot use it the way it is procured from Oracle. The license, once it is procured and the and the application is activated, they cannot directly go in and use those applications. So in the background, there are certain setups that are to be done. These softwares have to be configured. Okay, understand this. These softwares have to be configured, okay, for the business okay, in order to cater to their business requirements. Each business, as I mentioned earlier, is unique. Okay, they have their own processes. Okay, now with respect to these functions within the business, in order to cater to the business requirements exactly, it has to be configured as per the business needs. Okay, so that is the activity that goes first, and after that comes the part where business would use it for their transaction. So it is actually a project these modules are configured. We call it as the implementation phase. Okay, where these modules are implemented, all the modules for that matter, whether it is financial modules, applications, or whether it is a supply chain or anything, they are first configured as per the business requirement. And then it becomes available for the business to use in order to carry out their day-to-day business activities. Now, what you are going to learn, okay, as I mentioned, these are the modules that you will be learning as part of this course. And what you are going to learn is that first you will learn how to do the setup of these applications. Okay, how to do the setup or configuration of these applications by taking into consideration a hypothetical business, organization and its processes. Okay, and then we will see how these modules can be utilized to carry out general transactions, the most frequent and common transactions that would be there in any business environment with respect to these areas. Okay, how we can do those transactions. That is what we are going to learn as part of this course. Okay. Now, to make you understand, I know in today's session, there are a chunk of this is a mixed a number of candidates and mixed candidates that we have coming from various experiences. There are students, okay, there are experienced people who have been part of or who have been using these applications in their current business environment. Okay, and even there can be technical people as well who are part of the technical teams. Okay, now for all of you equally, this course is very beneficial. Why? Because for students, okay, who are new to this entire area, you will be learning everything, okay, that is done in the general business life with respect to these modules, the setup, how it is done. Okay, similarly, how the transaction, the general transaction processes are carried out in the finance department. Those are the things that you will be learning, which will give you an edge in the market. Okay, so that is where this is a very exciting, this is going to be a very exciting journey and very lot of things for you to learn when I talk about from perspective of freshers or students who are going to enter into the market, okay, or enter into their career of finance. Okay, for them this would be a stepping stone. For people who are experienced already, who are already part of the accounting finance department, who are already using, let's say, Oracle, okay, or for that matter, any other module, okay, or any other software for their finance accounting activities, you will be able to learn what goes behind the scenes with respect to the implementation of these modules. Business process and business transactions, you are masters. Okay, you already know what's happening in the market or what happens in with respect to the financial departments in any organization. You are already aware of it. But then what happens in the background, how an application is configured in order to cater to the business requirements, what are the key things that are considered, taken into consideration, what is the process that happens. Okay, all these things are, that is what you're going to learn with this particular course. For technical people, okay, or who are technicals, we call them as technicals who facilitate, okay, development of reports or development of custom applications and all of those aspects. For them, this will give them an advantage to understand the financial applications, okay, as well as the financial transaction, how it happens, and it will give them an edge, okay, over others in the market, and they can become eligible for techno functional consultants. Okay, so that is where from finance point of view or from financial application point of view, that is how it will be beneficial for them. Okay, so I have tried to cover what is the benefit that you are going to get, each people or people from each walk of life, how you are going to get the benefit by enrolling for this particular course. Okay. If you have any questions now, it is you can ask, or else we can move ahead with the other aspects. I'll explain certain other aspects as well with respect to the activities. Any quick questions until now?
So we are going to cover how we are going to create the master data, mass and
Exactly,
edits and all
everything.
those
So let
stuffs
me
also.
give you a gist of what it looks like. Okay, 1 second. So what are the things that I said, right? Setup aspects as well as transactional aspect is what we are going to learn on in this course. Okay, so let me show you that. This is the sheet, which is a course curriculum, which will be provided to you for your reference. Now, these are this left-hand side thing that you see. Okay, this is the setup part. Okay, the setup related aspects that we are going to learn on. And on the right-hand side, you will see certain transactions. This has been just mentioned as example. Okay, we may get time to cover all, or we may not get. Okay, so accordingly, the topics will be decided. Okay, what are the things that we are going to learn with respect to the transactional aspects on the general ledger? But this is a high level list. Okay, so this is the example which you can see. Like in case of general ledger, these are all the setup, creating of a calendar, enabling currencies. Okay, similarly, accounting method definition. Okay, account hierarchy definition. These are all some of the aspects of creation of a legal entity. These are all different kinds of setups that are required to run the general ledger application. Okay, and then transaction process, like creation of a journal entry, posting of a journal entry, okay, uploading of a journal entry, using certain tools to generate certain reports, okay, out of the balances. Okay, so those are the things that we are going to learn as part of GL. Similarly, in case of accounts payable module, you can see in case of payable module, these are the left hand side things are the setup part, and the right hand side is the process part, the transactional process part, like creation of an invoice, creation of a payment, similarly creation of debit memos, credit memos. Okay, similarly voiding of payments, okay, or cancellation of invoices. These are all different activities that is performed as part of transaction in any routine business, and you will learn how to do those activities, the general aspects. Okay, the most common aspects that are being covered as part of any business, and how you can do it within the application once it has been set up. Those are the things that we are going to see. So for that, like that, I have explained, the list has been provided for each of the application. Okay, so transactional part, it is as an example that it has been provided to you, but based on the time, we will be, I'll be taking up topics and covering it. Not all topics may be covered because of time constraints. Okay, but yeah, definitely I will be covering all the basic cycles which you are required to know, specifically with respect to the freshers. It will be a lot of things that you will be learning newly, but for experienced people, you will definitely learn a lot from a transactional point of view. Also, many things that you may not have worked on, that also you will be learning. Okay, so those are the things that we will cover. Then
One quick question.
yes.
So will you be sharing some reference document which we can use for practicing it?
Yes, I'll be sharing a reference document. Material will be there, which will help you, organization kind of thing, and which you can utilize, which you can follow basically to do all the setups. Okay, and then followed by the transactional aspect. So there are working sheets. Okay, in each session, there is a recording as well as a working sheet wherein I will be jotting down some of the aspects. Okay, during which we are doing as part of our routine classes. So that working sheet also will be provided for you for your reference. Along with that, anyways, the recording will be there. Each session would be recorded. Okay, and you will be given the recording as well. And therefore, those materials you can utilize.
And the test access, what we get it, is it something
Yes,
kind of?
I'll be covering that aspect as
Okay,
well. But
okay.
yeah, primarily these are the things, just for your understanding on what are we going to cover as part of this course. That is what I have explained. Okay, I'll move further and I'll answer your question in the next slides. All right. Just one reminder. I hope all of you have already mentioned. If any one of you is left out to mention your contact numbers and email IDs, please mention it in the chat, and admin team will be able to reach out to you. Okay. So the number is there on the slide as well. I hope many of you have already, I know many of you have already given your contact details. But yeah, anyone wants to get in touch, okay, to ask any more details, you have this particular number you can note down. Okay, 817-956-3510, which is the admin team's number, whom you can contact to get more details. Okay, let's move ahead. So these are the modules that are covered, okay, as I have explained. Now, I'll just want to give you a brief understanding on the work profile so that you can have an idea once you are trained on this course uh, in the market where you will fit in, okay? In where or in which profile will you fit in, and what are the different roles that you might be working on, okay, once you are trained for this particular or trained in this particular course. These are all the general work profiles, the roles, okay, that is there in the market: Oracle functional team, Oracle technical team, and end users. Now, Oracle functional team consists of those people who have the configuration knowledge and the business process knowledge related to their work stream. What is a work stream? Finance is a work stream. Similarly, supply chain, or project management, or human capital management. These are all work streams. Now, for each work stream, they will have people, or there will be people with the respective expertise. Okay. Now, when we talk about Oracle financial work stream, you will there is a Oracle finance functional team. Okay, who has the knowledge of configuring these applications, as well as has the knowledge of the various business transactional processes. So though they are called as part of the Oracle functional team, their role will be termed as the Oracle finance functional team. Then there is a technical team. Okay, why a technical team? Because there are certain technical aspects in any kind of softwares or application that has to be catered to, like development of a report, okay, a custom report that the business wants. Now, if that has to be developed, it requires certain technical skills, like a knowledge of the SQL, or similarly PL SQL, or any of those sorts. Okay, so therefore there is a technical team that helps cater to these kind of requirements of the business, and they are termed as part of, or their role is termed as the Oracle technical team. Okay, and then there is a role called end user. Basically, they are the people who are the real employees of the business, who are going to use the Oracle applications. Okay, now you become eligible, being part of the this particular training program, you become eligible for this role, Oracle functional team role, that is the finance functional, because you would be learning on both the setup aspects, configurations aspects, as well as the transactional aspects. Okay, so you'll be eligible for this particular Oracle finance functional role. Technical thing is not something that we will be covering as part of this course. The reason is it requires specific knowledge on your part. Okay, SQL related aspects or PL SQL related aspects. These are all technical, skills that are required, and that is not the crux of this particular course. Okay, an end user as such, many of you might already be an end user, and therefore this I've just explained these things just for your understanding, to understand how or what are the different roles that are there in the market. Okay, and this is where you will become eligible for as part of after training for this from this particular course. There are work profiles that you need to understand. Now, when we talk about work profiles, okay, specifically with respect to the functional and the technical role, there is implementation, support, and testing work profiles. Now, what is implementation? Implementation is basically the phase in which the applications are configured for the first time, okay, once the client or the business purchases the license. Okay, so it has to there is a project in itself that is initiated, and wherein there are a lot of activities that are performed, like understanding of the business requirements of various departments, how they function, what are the different kinds of transactions that they carry out. Okay, all those things are understood first, okay, from a business point of view. The functional team, they understand it. The technical team, they understand it by engaging in discussion with the business. And based on that, they configure the applications. Okay, they configure the application, they test out the applications, make sure everything is working fine, and they roll out the application to the business for their use. Now, this is not a small process. This process of entire implementation spans for, uh, on an average, it spans for around a year, or 8 months to a year, and even many big organizations, depending upon the volume, okay, or size of the business, it goes up till maybe 2 years, 3 years also. This implementation phase alone. Okay, so that is where this is one of the work profile, okay, where you will be working, having trained on this particular more training curriculum. Then support. Once the implementation is done, okay, the business would be needing constant support on the application, so to help them fix any issues that they are facing, or to train them on new functionalities. All these are constant activities that happens once the implementation has been completed, just like any other appliance in our homes, right? Once it has been installed, it would need regular maintenance. Okay, any issues are there, you call up the customer service, and they come and resolve it. So these are called support activities. Okay, so there are work profiles for support activities also. So as part of Oracle functional team or technical team, you may be engaged in the support business also. Okay, support line work also. Testing is another profile which is there for specifically testing activities. So once an implementation has been done, or new feature installed, after that generally the testing team may be there. Okay, some businesses, they have a separate testing team, or it is handled by the implementation team itself, or the support team itself. But testing is also one of the profiles in the market. So specifically for testing, certain people are engaged. Again, they require the knowledge of the software configuration as well as the software transactional processes. Only then they can carry out the testing as well. So you will, as having trained on this particular course, you may even become eligible for this testing work profile as well. Okay, but yeah, remember, this is what we will be, our role would be, or this is what we are preparing, okay, you on by this particular course. Okay, Oracle functional team, and that to Oracle finance functional team, because the modules that we are covering is the financial modules. Hope you have a clarity. Again, these are the modules that we will cover. Okay, because this covering this module itself would consume the stipulated time that we are going to offer you in this particular course. Okay. Now, these are certain companies that are involved. Just for your understanding, product selling. The softwares are developed and sold by Oracle Corporation. All these softwares that we talked about related to the Oracle Fusion applications, it is developed by Oracle and sold by Oracle. But then there are service providers. So as I mentioned, right, this implementation, support, testing, these are services provided by many of the companies. Big Fours, all the Big Fours, PwC, KPMG, okay, Deloitte, all of them are engaged in this service activity. They provide the implementation service, support service, as well as testing services to the companies who are getting the Oracle products or purchasing the Oracle products. Even Oracle themselves have one of their company which is called as Oracle Consulting, that is engaged in the service providing activity. IBM, Infosys, there are many more players in the market who are providing these services, and therefore, having learned this particular course, you stand an edge, okay, to and you can be recruited in any of these particular companies, and take your career forward. Now, industries involved, in almost all industries, you will see Oracle being used, whether it is IT, healthcare, hospitality, telecommunications, or any other industry which you can think of. Okay, everywhere there is Oracle. There are companies that are buying Oracle software licenses and using. Okay, that this I have explained just for you to, think about what is the scope in the market with respect to the people who are trained on Oracle. Okay, now, over the years that we have conducted the training, a lot of batches we have completed, and people are actually trained and moving out into the corporate world, and they have been placed in almost all of these companies that you can see. This is just for your again understanding. Deloitte, Accenture, there are Evosys, okay, Mastech, Tech Mahindra, Tata Consultancy Services. For in many of these places or many of these companies, they have been in almost all of these companies. You can say they have been recruited. Okay, once they got trained on this particular modules. Not only this, we have other modules, other training programs as well, for HCM as well as for supply chain. Also, there are training programs in TrioTech, and all our students have been placed in majority of these companies. Coming to the specifics around course. The course, the course content I've already mentioned, the course applications or modules that we would be covering. On top of this, on top of that, these are some of the other aspects that you need to be aware of. The duration of the course. Okay, it is for around 2.5+ months. Okay, or you can say around 70 to 80 hours of live training sessions. Okay, 70 to 80 hours of live training sessions, and anything apart from that will be provided to you as a pre-recorded sessions, the recordings from previous sessions, or maybe the recordings that are available, or some certain recordings we would develop, we would share it with you. Okay, the course duration is 70 plus, or you can say 70 to 80 hours or 85 hours in general. Okay, then timings: Monday to Friday, that is the timing. Okay, or the days on which we will have our sessions. Okay, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Indian Standard Time. Okay, this is the timing that we will be having going forward from tomorrow. Okay, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Now, during the initial months, or let's say first month or so, okay, we will be having from Monday to Friday, but as and when we go forward, okay, post that, we may have sessions on weekends as well. Okay, so this is just I'm informing you so that you are aware. Okay, this is this is how we will proceed further, because of the limited time we may have to complete the topics as well, and therefore it may be required that on the weekends also we will have sessions, 1 hour sessions. Okay, so the hour is 1 hour daily. Okay, and during the session, I'll be explaining for the one whole hour. I'll be taking you through with the session details, or the session training aspects, and towards the end of the session, around 10 minutes or 15 minutes or so, we will have a discussion time. Okay, discussion time means the doubts that you may have, okay, or any questions that you may have, we will do it during that time. Okay, I will not be entertaining any questions during the session, not because I don't want to, but because the time is limited. Okay, first we will focus on training, post which the 10-15 minutes that we have, therein I will be addressing your queries with respect to the topic that is covered for that particular day. So the requirement is you have a pen and paper in your hand, or a diary in your hand. During the session, whatever doubts you may have, you have to note it down. Okay, and we will discuss it in the last 15 to 10 or 15 minutes. But it is not limited to that. During the day, okay, anytime you have any questions or any clarification that you want, definitely you can approach me. Okay, I will be answering your questions. Okay, maybe a little delay might be there, because even I'm a working professional, but definitely during the day I will address your queries. Okay, so anything additional, so there are WhatsApp groups that will be created. Okay, and you will be added into that WhatsApp group, and your doubts, anything that you have, you can even post it in the group, or you can personally message me, and I will be happy to clarify your doubts during the day as well. Okay, now regarding the video accesses, okay, lifetime access will be provided to the video recordings. As I had mentioned, each session that I take will be recorded. Okay, and if some of you are not able to attend it, let's say for example on any day, you definitely will have the video recording, which you can go through and understand. And if in case of any doubts, you can let me know, and I'll be happy to clarify. Then access to private and public cloud instances will be provided for 5 months from the time the course is started. That is from tomorrow onwards, basically. Okay, or in a day or two, once the enrollment is confirmed, you will be provided with a instance access, the test environment. Okay, what we are going to do is, or training is on a test environment. Okay, it is not a live environment, but a test environment where we will be training. Okay, so that instance access will be provided to you. Okay, now those instance accesses, you need to be aware, those are Oracle demo environments basically, which gets refreshed on a on a frequent basis. So or let's say in a weekly basis, or 3 or 4 days basis. So therefore, you will have to work on those particular environments, wherein you can train on your testing activities, as well as there are certain pre-configurations, okay, which Oracle has provided, which will be very beneficial for you to perform and understand the setups, as well as transaction activities as a reference. Okay, so that is the added advantage of these particular environments, which you will get an access for 5 months, in total of 5 months. Okay. Then placement assistant related aspects. There are the admin team. They are in constant touch with many of the businesses, or markets in the market. They are aware of opportunities that come up. So definitely that kind of assistance will be provided to you. Okay, by TrioTech admin team, who in turn will help you out, or will give you references of the companies that are coming up with the requirements, okay, for Oracle finance functional openings. Okay, similarly, real-time project assignment. So basically project assignment is there is a material that I'll be providing you with, wherein there will be a draft kind of thing, or a draft business organizational aspect kind of thing is there, okay, which will be provided to you, which you can follow to practice your day-to-day activities. Okay, so there is a structure of setups that you need to do. As a reference, you can follow it, and you can do the testing and training activities. Okay, then resume preparation support will be provided to you. Similarly, there will be interview question and answer sessions that will be taken up towards the end of the program, okay, which will help you in understanding what are the different kinds of questions that might come to you when you apply for Oracle finance functional role. Okay, so those also will be provided to you and even discussed. So that is also going to be another session, wherein first it will be discussed and it will be provided to you as well. Mock interviews also will be conducted if required, by the team, and you can have an experience of that as well. Okay, so these are all in all the course features that we will be providing you as part of this course curriculum. And if you have any doubts, you can ask me now. Any questions on any of these aspects?
Yeah, can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Okay, I just wanted to check, like, is there like a weekend course? Because on a weekday, 8 a.m., sometimes it can get challenging. Um,
No, there is no such weekend courses. So this for this particular course that we have had a demo today. This is the timing, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. on a weekly basis,
okay.
Monday to
And
Friday.
yeah, go ahead.
Hi. Can I ask a question? Yeah, I have
Yes,
a couple
please.
of questions.
Yes.
Hello. Yeah, so first of all, my first question is there a certification after this course?
Yeah, certification of TrioTech will be provided to you
Uh,
post completion of this course.
okay, okay. And another thing is, can you just tell me in the near future, uh, is there a good scope for this course? I mean, for the financial Oracle financials.
Yes, yes. As I mentioned, okay, the industry where Oracle is being used. Similarly,
Okay.
the number of companies that are engaged in the implementation activities. This is one of the most lucrative, option for you at this stage. Okay, there are many companies that are offering these services, and therefore they have a requirement of skilled people, skilled specifically in the Oracle, financial applications, and the processes thereof. So therefore, that is where you will have a very good scope when once you have covered, okay, once you have done this particular training.
So should we have any technical background for this, like any programming language or
No,
anything?
that's the reason I said the profile that we are learning is the Oracle Finance functional profile. Why
Okay.
functional? because it does not require any technical capabilities. So technical capabilities are required when you want to be part of the technical team, like SQL or PL SQL or C++ or anything of that sort. Okay, but that is not required in this case. Okay, the reason
Okay.
is it is all about the financial aspects, the accounting aspects, along with the application aspects that you will be learning on. Okay, yeah, definitely it will be a good thing if you get some information on the accounting aspects, financial aspects. Okay, so if you're not from a finance or accounting background, then definitely it will be a good thing if you have some basic idea around the accounting and financial aspects, for which there are a lot of content available online, which you can go through and try to understand. Even I will share some material that I have with me to help you out if you are not from a finance accounting background.
Do we have
Yeah,
any
thank you.
dumps for certification, like Oracle certification? If you're planning to do, do you have
There
any?
are certain dumps available,
Okay.
which will be shared with you, which you can have it for Oracle certification.
Yeah, thank you.
Can I ask one small question?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to know, will there be a scope? See, I have completed my master's in business administration with specialization in HR and marketing.
Okay.
And then I have a 10 years gap without any work experience. I have worked for a year in HR. So it's been 10 years gap. So will there be a scope?
See, as I mentioned, this is financials. Okay, so if you have a inclination to follow or pursue a career in finance, then definitely this is a good option. Okay, only thing as I
Yeah.
mentioned is you have to do some background activity or background learnings related to finance accounting to become familiar with those concepts. Okay, otherwise you are
I
going, yeah, please.
I am a bit familiar since I've done my commerce and then bachelor's in business administration. So I know the basics,
Then
but
definitely not an issue.
I just want to start a career. So will there be an issue or there will be a scope to
No, no,
start?
no. There will definitely be a scope, because since you mentioned you are from commerce background, then it will be pretty easy. Not easy, I would say, but yeah, definitely something which you can go ahead with. That's not going to be an issue.
Okay. And as you mentioned that you'll be providing real-time projects. So these projects will be live, right?
Now, projects in the sense, it is not any company-based projects.
Okay.
Okay,
These are the assignments.
it is, yeah, kind of an assignment. So assignment again, as I mentioned, there is a material that we have, which is called as the configuration guides. Okay, wherein certain hypothetical, examples have been taken up, and it is mentioned, which in turn is something that will be provided to you. Okay, and based on that, you have to do your training. Okay, so that will give you a pretty good idea around the aspect, or how you need to proceed further with the training aspects, or how you can practice those things.
Okay. So
Okay.
these assignments will be will be at
No,
end
no, no,
of the
no.
course
It will
or
not be at the end. It is going to be a parallel process.
like after each class?
Yes. After each class, in the sense, yeah, based on each day, we are going to cover a topic. And related to that topic, there will be particulars in that particular configuration guide, which you can follow.
Okay. And how many mock interviews will be there?
Mock interviews, I think admin, you can admin Varma, if you can confirm how many mock interviews we are going to have. Maybe one, at least one or two definitely would be there, which can help you prepare for the interviews. But yeah, if you have anything additional, you want more interviews, definitely you can request admin team, and they will let you know what can be done around that.
Okay. So having technical knowledge and starting with this, as you said, it would be okay. So like any silly doubts also you'll be
Yeah,
referring.
don't worry on that. See, doubts are going to be silly, or going to be, very specific doubts. It doesn't matter. Okay, so
Okay.
everyone is learning. Every day, everyone is learning. So it doesn't
Right.
matter. I will be definitely helping you out. Don't hesitate in asking questions. That's the only thing.
Yeah, adding to her question, I would like to add one more. like I'm working as a JD Edwards technical consultant currently.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to be a techno-functional. So as per my knowledge, I think any ERP like conceptual wise is going to be same. So learning
Yes.
this course will help me, right, in
Yes,
JD Edwards
definitely.
as well as to transit my career into
Yeah,
the
JD Edwards, see, this is specifically Oracle. So Oracle Fusion applications. So that is a switch that you are going to take. Okay, that is one thing. That from a business process perspective, yeah, you can say that, everywhere the process remains the same or more or less the same. And therefore,
Okay.
from a conceptual perspective, definitely it will add to your knowledge. But if you're thinking that in JD Edwards itself, you want to continue, based on this knowledge, that is not something I'm a bit skeptical around that. Okay, because
Okay.
this what we are learning is Oracle applications or Oracle software. The setups that we perform in Oracle software, the navigations, similarly, the way things are handled within Oracle, it will differ from JD Edwards. So I'm not
Okay.
Yeah,
sure how
just
much it is going to help you. Yeah, conceptually it will help you, but I don't think from a application perspective it will be of any use.
Yeah. So application navigation point of view, it will be
Yes,
different.
yes, navigation, the features, okay, it will all vary.
Okay.
A lot of things can be different from JD Edwards to Oracle Fusion applications.
so I also have a question. So I finished my BE Computer Engineering in 2020. So I have a 4 years gap, till date.
Hmm.
So would it be possible to get a job after this, like as a fresher?
Yes, that is where you will get it. As a fresher, you will get it once you complete this particular course, and you will.
Because my background is a technical background. I am giving interviews, but nothing is happening because due to this gap period.
Yeah,
So my question is straight that after this course, would I be getting a job if I am having a 4 years gap and as a fresher?
yeah,
Because I
you
have no experience,
definitely
I
there
have
are.
no corporate experience till now.
Yes, definitely there are many opportunities in the market, and even I always suggest for people who are purely new to this area. I tell you that it is a fresher as a fresher that you will be considered, but you will have an edge over others. A total fresher and and a person with this experience of Oracle application, there would be a difference definitely. Okay, so that is where you will be getting a bit more edge than the other freshers, you can say. Okay.
Okay. Edge,
Hi.
edge in the sense, would I be getting like a good, good type of edge or like a bad type of edge?
No, no, no.
Because I
Good
can't
edge.
understand.
Good edge. Definitely. When we talk about edge, we always say it in a good sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Sure. Thank you.
Is there any SCM batch as well?
There are supply chain batches, but you may have to get in touch with admin to get the particulars around it.
Okay.
So when is it starting? I'm not sure when it is starting or when is the new batch going to start. I'm not sure. So therefore, admin can address those questions if you have. So you
Uh,
can contact them in this particular number, 8179563510.
Okay.
Hi.
hi,
Yes, please go
hi,
ahead.
I have a question. So I have been with Oracle EBS for a while. So now I want to get onboarded with cloud and trying to switch over to Oracle Cloud
Mhm.
projects. And I've been giving interviews, but so everywhere the live project experience matters. That's where I get bogged down. So do you think that this course would help me to get into an Oracle Cloud project in another organization?
Definitely. See, there might be a little struggle. I'll not give you a, very picture like everything will be fine or anything like that. Definitely, a
Mhm.
little bit of searchings you definitely will have to do. But this is again, as I mentioned, it is going to be an edge for you because you already know it. You would already know the configurations of Fusion. You'll already know the processes, how it is handled, the navigations and stuff. So those things will definitely give you an edge in your search. Okay.
Okay.
And yes, since you already said that you already have an experience on EBS, definitely this will, increase your chances in the market.
Okay. And I had one more question on the real-time project assignments. So are those the usual setup kind of task, or is
Yes.
it something that would be like scenario based, which would help us to implement the concepts rather than just
See, yeah,
configuring it?
it is not all isolated aspects. It's all embedded aspects within the configuration. So when I say configuration guide is something which I am providing you, so that means there are certain examples according to which you will have to move forward with the configuration. And the other thing about the scenarios are going to be discussed during the session, and in each session, that is where we have recordings. Okay. And
Okay.
that same thing you will have to consider as a assignment for you to complete during that day. So there are certain session working sheets as well, wherein I will be mentioning, okay, a certain navigation or a setup which may not be part of the config guide that is in line with the business scenario. Okay, so that is the reason why we have recordings as well. And therefore, you have to follow the same aspect during the day to, to practice on those particular cases and tasks.
Okay. My question would be specific, like when we are attending interviews, the interviewer will be testing, like, have we really worked on it, right? So it
Yes.
would be like our working knowledge on it. So the configurations and everything, most of them would be able to ace it by learning it online or anything.
Yes.
So on the working knowledge perspective, will this be helpful?
See, that is where we will be discussing around the scenarios, okay, the business
Okay.
scenarios to which it is catered. Now,
Mm-hmm.
again, see, you definitely, I don't think you are going to, what do you say, fake up your, CVs. Even I don't personally, suggest anyone, or I don't encourage those aspects. So when you go to interviews, definitely you will have to be very clear on that aspect. But then I leave it to you, okay, how you want to take it forward. But I prefer being transparent. But yeah, definitely you can talk around that. These are the things that we have discussed during our training sessions. These are the scenarios that we have discussed during our training session, based on which I have certain knowledge, and we have done those aspects within the application during our training. This is what you can clearly mention.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi,
Yeah. Hi. Tell me.
I have 1.5 years experience. It will helpful to me or what?
Sorry again.
I have 1.5 years experience. It will helpful to me or not?
What kind of experience is it?
Currently I've been working in an MNC company.
Yeah, but what in
But
which
it's,
department?
but currently I'm in bench only.
Yeah, but
I'm not done any project.
But what domain are you already as part of Oracle Finance functional
RPA
team?
developer actually.
RPA developer. Okay.
Mm.
So if you're an RPA developer, see again, this course will help you understand all these aspects, the setup aspects related to Oracle application, which is going to be altogether a different stream. Okay, your RPA knowledge can come as handy for certain other aspects. Okay, during your implementation projects. But yeah, this is going to be a new field for you, wherein you will be learning on these softwares and applications, the implementation and the transactional aspects of it, and which will give you, which will open up your scope, okay, in the market.
Okay, but that Naukri is showing about 3 years experience it is eligible.
Yeah, but that is where you will be treated as a fresher, so you will have to apply for fresher jobs.
Yeah. Hi, Chandu. Chandu, this is Kumar.
Yes.
Yeah. Hi, everyone, team. Sorry for joining late. I was in another session. This is Kumar from TrioTech. See, basically, I've been observing the questions. Many of you have been asking something related to the job market, like I'm a fresher, or I have a gap in between, or I'm into some other domain. See, basically, now the market is open for all Oracle applications. Both freshers recruitment is also going on a very good pace, as well as the experienced interviews also going on a very good pace. And when it comes to your gap, or you have any other prior domain experiences also, you are eligible to learn this course. As Chandu mentioned in the session, like whatever the training program that we going through for the next 2.5 or 3 months duration, it will give you the immense knowledge on the more practical exposure. So definitely any sort of experience interview, if you attend also, you could able to have a better edge compared to the other people without having any knowledge attending the interviews. So the recruitment is going on both sides. Both freshers are also being considered now, and as well as experience also being considered. If anyone have something on a personal note, something that which we could not able to discuss in the demo as it is being recording, something a sort of gap I want to go with showcasing some experience sort of stuff, please reach out to me directly that I can able to assist you. Okay. I hope understood that what I'm trying to tell.
Yeah, what's your number?
One question from my side.
It's been shared in the chat, Shirish or anyone. I think admin team from beginning they're being sharing it over the chat, and many of you already reached me, I believe, in 8179563510. So please find out in the chat board. My number will be available. Please reach out to me so that you can have one-on-one discussion with me. And from tomorrow we are going to start team. The same meeting link you can able to attend for tomorrow also. From day after, the new meeting link will be shared. So whoever interested, please confirm the enrollment so that we can able to share the access to the course LMS portal. And also we will be adding you in the WhatsApp group. So you can use that group for any further communication. Even Chandu, everyone will be available in that. The doubts clearing, everything you can able to address from that. Okay. So thank you, Chindu. Thank you for your demo. So let's join back to